Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's Jungle Bob. Still working on that transmission. Had a customer come in yesterday, call me yesterday. I don't know if y'all remember, back in December, I worked on this more here. It's got the, it's a Toro zero turn. I put a new head gasket on it. This is the one that somebody had tried to rewire and everything. I had to put a new solenoid, relay, ignition switch on. And so he calls me yesterday and said, "Hey man, it's doing the same thing. I keep trying to crank it. It won't crank. And now there's smoke coming out of the starter." So I told him about, hey, well, you know, you can't just keep laying on that starter. If it doesn't crank pretty quick, you know, you gotta let it cool down or you're gonna burn that starter up. "Oh, I didn't know that. I just drive it. I don't know anything about it." You know, so that's fine. So got to looking at it a little closer, so I pulled the cover off. Well, first thing I did was check the battery, and the battery was like at 12.37. You know, just about enough to kind of turn. So then I pulled the plug out because I thought maybe the carburetor was leaking and it was vapor locked. Well, that wasn't it. Then I thought, well, maybe the ACR is bad. You know, so, but I'm able to turn it by hand, you know, with a spark plug in. It's not the ACR. Because it was running fine when it left here in December. And what is this? February 21st. He said he hadn't run it very much. Or he said he cranked it. He used it a little bit, but not much. And it was fine. And then all of a sudden he went to crank it yesterday morning. Well, I don't know. I'm going to talk to him today. I don't know if he may have left it outside and tried to crank it when it's frozen. But after I pulled the cover off, I got to looking at it a little closer because I charged the battery up, and as you can see, with a good charge on the battery, it turns right over. And if I put a little carb cleaner in there, it'll fire up. But it didn't have any gas in it too, so that might have been the problem why it didn't start. But the main issue is, you see this starter here, and this is a brand new starter that was put on in December. It's not releasing. But if you look closer, look at this flywheel. It's missing teeth there. Missing another one there. One there. There. Two more there. And I think that's it as far as missing teeth. But, so, this is, sorry about that, guys, my battery went dead. But anyway, what I was going to say is kind of peculiar, because I know when it was here before, those teeth weren't missing on this flywheel. So I'm wondering if maybe he left it outside and water, you know, got around that starter or whatever, and he tried to crank it when it was frozen. Because the teeth on the starters appear to still be fairly good. And I tried to crank it last night, and you can see sparks flying off. And, you know, as it's rotating around. So I'm not sure. And it looks like, if you notice, you see these, where this pushes up here, they're supposed to be right here. Maybe the starter's not seated just perfectly. I'm not really sure. But anyway, so we are missing teeth on the flywheel, so I guess we're going to put a new flywheel on it if we want to. Although I could just put another starter on it. Let's see what I'll do now. See? What? So it's got a carburetor problem because it'll run on choke, but it won't run on anything else. Well, I'm sure, but anyway, that's, that's what it's doing. It doesn't have a fuel cutoff on it anywhere. We're getting fuel pump's working. So we definitely got a carburetor problem. That's one thing. But something's up with the starter. You see the sparks, look at the sparks. See? And then it's not disengaging. So I'm thinking that mount's bad or something, I'm not, but it's missing teeth. See, it just fins. See, look real close. Anyway, maybe it's the wrong, I just don't know. Well, I do know, but I'm just saying, any of you guys out there think you might know, let me know. I guess what we're going to do first off is let him know what's up, but it's got to have a starter for sure. And you can see how, if you get real close there, those teeth are not lining up just perfect. So maybe it's got the wrong starter gear on it. I mean the teeth, you know, whatever on there. But the, oh, this is the one I did the valve cover on too. The trick that Donnie Boy and Terrell showed. Yeah, no leaking there. Anyway, so looks like a new flywheel and a new starter. And then I can sort out the carburetor problem because I know what that is. Just kind of crazy though, those teeth weren't broken off when it left here in December, and now they are. So, anybody out there know anything about it, let me know. Thanks. Jungle Bob out.